EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the 15-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and John.
At Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in on a one-game winning streak. What do you say we keep that one popular?
You're only as good as your last performance. Hopefully they can continue to move forward.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just a...
Of course, that's Aaron Rodgers. Last year for Rodgers, despite the young receiving core, despite the nagging injuries, despite the removal of his head coach, better than 4,400 passing yards, the second highest total in his 14 NFL seasons. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he's going to take a shot right up, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. Well, there's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well-organized, well-coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit him with a screen.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Preston Smith in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Preston Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Here we go.
Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It's certain.
Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his...
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Preston Smith. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Returnable here for Davis. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Crosby with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6-7.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Davis now to return it. He won't go down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams. 51 yards. Now Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. One back in the game. That's Jones. Second and goal. Rodgers going to throw. To the goal line, but it's in.
You throw that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in.
Got a man. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers as his guys continue to pour it on. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Garoppolo now. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Preston Smith in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith Came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Garoppolo looks to throw. Preston Smith in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And taken right on the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point try now for Crosby. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass. Resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
On first down, Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Garoppolo on first down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Preston Smith, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Preston Smith dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Crosby connects on the extra point. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where you see the final score there. Mitchell Trubisky leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Tom Brady at it again. 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital. See what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His 5 touchdown passes have him on a record pace. As for the call of the second half, we'll turn it back over to Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We focus our attention on the Green Bay defense as they head out. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. Zadarius Smith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Called out a return of 38. And that will come the offense as they take over.
54. I got you.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game as his guys continue to pour it on. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage, there to knock that one away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. There's Garoppolo to throw. Preston Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards. The gun on third. Garoppolo. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Let's face it, this offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Take it at the 37. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Davante Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know when that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Well, one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shot. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
At the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On play action. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers, he's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right.
Under pressure, they got him again. Zadarius Smith, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. The 40. He's at the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. And even 60 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Garoppolo, his throw incomplete. He was looking for Trent Taylor there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trent Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers able to get this back to some measure of respectability. Gold with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes Davante Adams in the offense for their next drive. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's what really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Again, it's Jones. And some room to run now. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get him.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Zadarius Smith, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo, and they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And Adams has it complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Garoppolo now. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. The 30, the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. And he's going to go down again. Preston Smith in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
A 46-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Green Bay, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore